Okay, let me ask you this. Have you ever, wondered if there's actually a real-life Dr. Evil's lair somewhere out there? Like a place that's just so unbelievably remote, so wrapped up in, well, mystery that it just screams, supervillain hideout. Or maybe, I don't know, some kind of secret global HQ.
Mm-hmm.
Because today, we're doing a deep dive into a location that honestly makes those wild ideas feel maybe a little too real.
We absolutely are. Yeah, our focus today is Bouvet Island. And just for some context, the CIA's World Factbook calls it the most remote, uninhabited spot on the entire planet. Think about this. Draw a circle, 1,000-mile radius right around this island. Inside that huge circle, nothing, no other land at all.
1,000 miles. Wow.
Exactly. It's this subantarctic volcanic island smack in the middle of the South Atlantic, kind of between South America, South Africa, and Antarctica. Norway's had jurisdiction since 1930, and officially it's just a nature preserve. No permanent human residence known.
Right, so literally the middle of nowhere.
Nope.
Officially empty, untouched, and yet the sources we've looked at are just jam-packed with these fascinating and maybe kind of unsettling facts. Things that make people genuinely ask, is this rock the perfect evil genius lair?
That's the core question the material poses, yeah.
'Cause our mission for this deep dive is to pull out the key bits of info, the really important nuggets about Bouvet Island and all these, well, perplexing mysteries surrounding it. See if these rumors, this whole supervillain hideout idea, actually hold any water based on the sources.
And what's immediately striking, I think, is this massive contrast. You've got extreme physical isolation on one hand,
Right.
and then this totally unexpected, almost baffling digital footprint on the other. So despite being way out there, uninhabited, Bouvet Island actually has its own top-level internet country code. It's .bv.
.bv for an empty island.
Exactly. And the source material is very clear. The purpose of this .bv domain, it remains a complete mystery. No explanation given. I mean, why does a supposedly vacant nature preserve need its own internet domain, let alone one that nobody can explain?
That's weird.
The sources definitely imply that this points to some kind of serious digital infrastructure way beyond what you expect for an empty landmass. It immediately makes you question what it's really for.
Okay, yeah, that is weird. And it gets weirder, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not just the domain name. The sources also flagged this mysterious MilGov country code. That's MILLL/GOV, probably military government shorthand,
Uh-huh.
showing up on the Norse IP Viking Live Attacks website. Now, for anyone listening who doesn't know, Norse basically tracks global internet attacks in real time, maps them out. And for this MilGov country associated with Bouvet, they even use a special symbol, a little hexagon.
Right, and connecting that to the bigger picture of cyber stuff, our source flags this specific location, tied to Bouvet Island, as one of the most active sources of cyber attacks tracked by Norse.
More active than who?
Get this. Often reported as way more active than even Russia and China combined.
Way combined, from an uninhabited island.
That's the million-dollar question the sources raise. How can an empty nature preserve be one of the world's biggest cyber attackers? This level of activity, the sources infer, suggests some kind of powerful, organized group operating from a place that's basically designed to be off the grid, untraceable. It kind of flips the script on where we think global cyber threats come from.
Okay, that definitely makes you, well, it makes you think. And it's not just digital weirdness, is it? There seems to be some connection in the sources to strange signals or events, too. Like, sound stuff.
Yeah, there's that angle, too. Back in, 2012, a Reverend Mitchell Hopkins reported finding a mysterious HAARP signal, H-A-A-R-P.
HAARP, right. The High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, often linked in these kinds of sources to, like, powerful electromagnetic pulse tech.
Exactly. And this signal seemed to be coming from that same general South Atlantic area near Bouvet. The source material goes even further, actually calling Bouvet Island a, quote, HAARP control point for the NWO's nefarious electronic warfare.
Okay, NWO, New World Order. That's usually shorthanded conspiracy circles.
Yeah.
Or, a shadowy global elite, right? So a HAARP control point. What does that even imply, according to the source?
Well, the implication in the source seems to be that it's some kind of central hub, a place used to manipulate electromagnetic frequencies on a massive scale, maybe for secret, nefarious purposes, as they put it.
Nefarious purposes.
And that's not the only strange incident down there. The area around Bouvet was also ground zero for a really big mystery back in 1979, something that's apparently been heavily censored since. It's called the Vela incident.
Vela. I think I've heard of that. Wasn't that possibly a nuclear test?
Widely believed to be, yes. A nuclear explosion picked up by a U.S. Vela satellite, Vela 6911. Reports say it caused serious panic inside the Carter administration at the time. So you have all these really weird, unexplained things, a mystery internet domain, massive cyber attacks, this strange HARP signal claim, a censored potential nuclear blast, all kind of clustering around this one tiny, incredibly remote island. It's striking.
It absolutely is. It really makes you wonder. So let's circle back to the whole Dr. Evil's Lair idea. How does the source material connect all these dots to that specific concept?
Oh, it's pretty direct. The source material flat out calls Bouvet Island a perfect evil genius lair,
Yeah.
explicitly.
It's a why. What's the justification given?
It points to the physical stuff first. You've got this almost impossible to breach rocky coastline, sheer cliffs just shooting straight up. Plus, it's over 1,000 miles from any civilization. Getting there is incredibly hard.
Natural defenses, basically.
Exactly. And then there's this other layer the source mentions. Apparently, it's hidden or obscured in many Google Earth photos, which adds this sort of digital invisibility cloak on top of the natural isolation.
So hard to get to, hard to even see properly online sometimes.
Right. And that rounds out the whole evil genius lair picture presented in the sources.
Right.
You take the physical barriers, the remoteness, the cliffs, the satellite image issues, combine that with the weird digital stuff, the .bv domain, the huge cyber attack volume, and then add the historical oddities, the HARP claim, the Vela incident.
It all starts to paint a very strange picture.
Definitely. And the source asks pointedly, could this be the perfect location for a secret NWO headquarters, given everything we're seeing? The cyber warfare claims, the HARP control point idea, it synthesizes all these elements into this image of a deeply enigmatic place, a real nexus of natural secrecy and unexplained high-tech hints.
So when we step back and look at everything we've just unpacked, this incredible collection of details, Bouvet's extreme isolation, its natural fortifications, maybe even hidden from certain satellite views, and then this string of genuinely baffling things tied to it. That unexplained internet domain, the crazy level of cyber attack activity that supposedly outstrips major countries, the strange HARP signal report, that censored Vela incident from '79.
And remember, the source material doesn't just hint. It explicitly calls it a perfect evil genius lair. It asks, point blank, if it's the ideal spot for a secret NWO headquarters, citing the cyber warfare and HARP claims directly. All these pieces, the physical setting, the digital anomalies, the historical events, they definitely combine to create this aura of a truly enigmatic location. It absolutely fuels the imagination about what could possibly be concealed there.
Right, so maybe the final thought for you listening is this. Based on what the sources allege, what does it really mean when the single most remote, officially uninhabited place on Earth becomes this focal point? A focal point for so many unsolved mysteries, intense digital attacks, and these, elaborate conspiracy theories involving secret headquarters and electronic warfare. What could that suggest about hidden knowledge, maybe? Or clandestine activities happening in a world that's super connected, yet still has these vast, unexplored pockets? It definitely makes you pause and consider, what secrets might still be hidden out there, not in plain sight, but in the most extreme isolation imaginable, something to ponder.